It's probably about 8:30. I was getting ready to go over to 74 Front Street. We, a couple guys in that house and I were working on a finance project, and we were presenting that day, and we were planning to meet at 9 o'clock at 74 Front Street. So I walk in there at 9 o'clock, and I heard the fire alarm going off, and typically these houses, the fire alarms go off pretty often, really for cooking, maybe even once a day sometimes. And so a lot of us didn't think too much of it. Once I walked into the house, I saw smoke coming from the living room area, and I approached that to see what was going on. I went into the living room and I saw the sofa was in flames, and so right away I knew that this was something I couldn't put out by myself, something we just couldn't really do much about. And knowing really how old the house is, I saw one of the articles said the house was made in 1885. It's made of all wood, really, pretty run down. So I knew that this house was going to be, on fire pretty quickly. I ran across the living room. I crushed across the living room, and because I knew one of the guys, the rooms are in the corner, and I went to make sure that he was getting out. He wasn't in the room. I turned around and instantly the living room was basically, the half of the living room was on fire at that point. That's probably 30 seconds later. And at that point, the whole living room was really hard to see and breathe. I just picked up my crutches and I ran across the living room at that point. And then I kept screaming to try to get someone to wake up. Thankfully, there is a guy on that floor who woke up, started getting everyone out as well, ran upstairs. He doesn't get enough credit as well as Sonny and Bergia. Also, Tyler James, the one lacrosse guy not in the house who I was doing the project with, he's on the fourth floor. And he was one of the only guys that was awake and heard the fire alarm and also didn't really think much of it because of, as I said, we hear it a lot. And he was coming downstairs to help me out and help me get up the stairs because I have my crutches. And thankfully, he was coming down at the same time that I was coming back to the washer and dryer area, which I first stepped into the house. And so him and Sonny, ran right back upstairs and got the third floor out. And I'm thankful for them really too, because I would have had to run up there. And I know I've seen the guys come out and seeing Tyler James come out. And he was one of the last ones out once he got everyone out too. And he just kind of fell on all fours and started just heaving and coughing. And I felt just incredibly grateful that everyone was able to make it out at that time.
While you think that those two don't get enough credit for what they did, you are being credited as the hero, getting everybody out safely, alerting everyone. What do you think of that title, and do you feel like you deserve that?
I think I definitely do not deserve that. I was just one guy who got there at the right time. I think 30 seconds earlier, anything could have happened at that point. But I mean, honestly, if it was anyone else, they probably could have done a little bit more than me. I couldn't really run upstairs or anything, but I can't really put it to anything else that it was just fate that we decided to meet up at 9 o'clock, and I walked in, and was able to get everyone out, and I'm just really really grateful that I was able to do that because, as you're saying, I'm definitely not a hero, but I just thank God that we were able to get everyone out in time, and I was there at the right time, I guess.
But sorry. Just had a quick follow-up
No, go
of
ahead,
that.
go ahead.
Thinking about that, though, do you imagine what could have been if you weren't there at the right time?
Oh yeah. Throughout that whole day, I was kind of distraught thinking about how, honestly, it's just an insane thought to even think about. I was just there at the exact right moment, at the exact right second. People were making it out just at the last minute, and there's no one on the third and fourth floor as they were coming out. They were running through smoke, and it was just an incredible situation. And so I thought about it, but everyone's here, so it's the best thing.
So how has the aftermath been for you? I know because some of your teammates have lost a lot of things, but how has it been for you mentally? Because that's pretty traumatizing.
Yeah, I've been fine. I've been fine. I'm just thinking about the other guys in the house who lost everything. Seeing guys who can't even, attend classes even online because they don't have computers, or just making sure they have clothes. Tommy's clothes right now, they're all been borrowed because he didn't really have anything, and I just forgot texting him this morning that what he was asking me what we should be wearing, and I forgot that he didn't have a collared shirt or even pants to put on. So, seeing guys with other players' shoes on or other players' clothes on, I mean, that's sort of what Binghamton lacrosse is all about. Just coming together, just stepping away from the field and stepping away from lacrosse at the moment. I think we're a very close-knit group, and that allowed us to be pretty successful this year as well.
Talk about the moment when you see the couch on fire. I mean, kind of describe how you felt in that moment. Is it just an instant panic? Is it, were you flight or flight immediately? Like, what was that exact moment like?
So the middle of the couch was on fire, and it was definitely pretty big at that point. My instant reaction was, trying to put it out, and being on crutches, not really getting anyone's attention for the first 30 seconds. I knew right away after that first thought, I knew right away that we had to get out of the house. And so my first reaction was just to run over to one of the guys' rooms who's stuck in the corner over there, past the living room, to get him out. Not even thinking that there is a back way out. So I wasn't even thinking at that moment. So I was just thinking about trying to get everyone out at that time. And it was just really, as you said, the fight or flight.
Drew, how important do you think it was, same as Tommy, how important do you think it was for the guys to be able to kind of turn their attention fairly quickly to the game at Lowell, and how nice do you feel like it was, to pick up that W and just sort of at least try to, get some normalcy back, to a crazy situation?
I think it was actually really important that we had that one more game. We knew we weren't playing for anything at that moment. We knew we weren't making the playoffs. But I think it was extremely important that we were able to get over there and come together and get a win for this program. And actually, it's this program's first time in a while having a winning record. And that was something really important to us and really important building block for us. So I'm just really grateful that we were able to turn it around pretty quickly and focus our attention to one more game.
And finally, for you personally, just how's your injury coming along, and then what are your plans for the next couple months?
Yeah, my injury is coming along pretty well. I got surgery on March 18th on my foot, and I was dealing with it all fall, thinking that I could play this spring, and sadly I couldn't. I got surgery, as I said, March 18th, and then now, just focusing on getting back on my feet, walking again, and over the summer, really working hard at physical therapy.